I want to thank each and everyone who came out. A lot of times we do things in life for all sorts of reasons, but for whatever reason you chose to be here today, I'm truly grateful, and I thank you from the bottom of my heart. And we really don't understand how just our presence, just being in a place, sometimes not saying a single word, affects an individual or inspires an individual. And I thank you. It's not too many times that we get this montage or this group of people in one place where we have our board members, we have our funders, we have our vets, we have our youth, and we get a chance to intermingle and get to talk and get to just communicate about life, and people get to see different things. I'm just happy today. I'm telling you, I've been able to experience a lot of things in my life, both challenging and some forms of success, but to being here today is really huge for me. I'd like to thank my predecessor, Eddie Bocanera, for coming up with this fantastic idea of a program that can transform lives and help people get back on track, and that is contagious, that it spreads throughout the community and impacts the lives of one individual and spreads to another, and it's positive. I thank the vets. I know during our interaction, every time I don't say the right thing, every time I'm not doing what I should do or what you think I should do, but you need to know my heart is in the right place. My granddad was a vet. My father was a vet. My stepfather was in a Green Beret and was a veteran. So I understand and I get it, some of the things you've been through. And I was in the United States Air Force National Guard in the 264 Squadron at O'Hare. So I understand some of the challenges you have, and I understand the tremendous sacrifice you made. To our youth, whoa. I thank you for being better than me, for daring to be different, for doing something outside the norm, for taking a stand and saying, you know what? I want my life to be better than what's around me. And for that, I applaud you. When I think about the term urban warrior, two things come to mind immediately. Urban kind of signifies, or it puts me in mind of a location or a place, a setting. And warrior kind of signifies an identification or an identity. The place, the urban setting, or Chicago or whatever city we transcend to because it has the power to go all over the world, talks about the conflicts or the battles we face within a geographical location. Warrior allows us to identify with the battles we fight daily. What's interesting about being an urban warrior, and what I'm learning just from sitting in on some of the sessions, that the most troubling or contentious battle is not geographical at all. It's on the inside. It's a battle to be different. It's a battle to not do the things that everybody around me is doing. It's a battle to take a stand and move forward in my life. It's a battle to deal with trauma in a way that's positive and productive. It's a battle to be an example. It's so easy to follow the crowd, to do what everybody else is doing, to respond like everybody else doing. But you urban warriors, that's not what you do. You dare to be different. You say, you know what? I'm gonna deal with my trauma. I don't care what the stigma say. I don't care how people look at me because I'm a leader. And I thank you so much because know what you are? You trendsetters. People want to follow you. People are admiring you from afar, but they don't have the courage or the tenacity to do what you do. You know why? Because you're urban warriors. And I thank the vets for taking a military mindset and sending these recruits through a mental basic training to allow them to be able to come back and fight off these mental roadblocks that might come their way, both internally and externally through the mouths of others. You are teaching them and training them not only how to deal with trauma, but how to live through situations and make pro-social choices. You are embedding them or giving them protective factors that would not only allow them to cope and deal with the violence in Chicago, but they will become cornerstones in their life and be able to allow them to matriculate through life and life's journey. What can I say about urban warriors? For one, urban warriors are unique because it transcends racial boundaries. It transcends geographical locations. It allows people who once looked at each other differently because of neighborhoods and gangs to see the commonality in one another and begin to connect on a level higher than this humanistic quality, which allows us to be combative. You are an example for society, because society teaches us what? We have to choose a side. Whether it's sports, whether it's politics, whether it's anything, society always tells us you have to choose a side. But being an urban warrior, you chose not to choose a side, but to be an example. And I thank you, I thank you, I thank you.